What's up, dudes? I just heard what a spoiled brat. Okay, I am getting my computer turned on. It's taking a minute. And the spirit says, yeah, let's check in with Demented Donald Duck. Everybody has faded away in the picture. Donald is still giving everyone the finger. All right, how you doing, Minnie? You're hanging in there. Everyone's fading away. All right. Well, Spirit says talk again about the stuck-up mean girls. The stuck-up mean girls. The worst VIP experience I ever had. Now keep in mind, I grew up at First Avenue. I would go to shows twice a week, 3 times a week. I worked at a major record store, a well-known record store, for years. I had connections with record label people. A record label person contacted me once and said, come out to Paisley Park tonight, Molly. What are you doing tonight, Molly? And I said, nothing. Go out to Paisley Park tonight, Molly. I said, oh, okay, I'll go out to Paisley Park tonight. That's when Prince was opening up Paisley Park. You paid $7 to go through the door, and it was like a dance club. Yeah, well, he played that night for like 75 people. I was there. Yeah. So I knew people in the music scene. First Avenue. I've been in the green room a whole bunch of times. Probably more than these people. So I used to do a merch collaboration. I do merch collaborations with different people. I used to do a merch collaboration with this specific person, this artist. I'm picking up the deck that just stayed down. I'm just going to show pictures while I say this. And we worked out a deal. The artist and I did a 50-50 split. 50-50 means you get half and I get half. We decided the price was $20. When I sold them, there was an additional price to cover shipping because I was shipping them out of my home. It went well. I made this artist thousands of dollars. Big show at First Avenue. This is a bit of a time warp. Their assistant. We need another 100 units for the big show at First Avenue. Okay. Hey, assistant, how much will it cost? The big show's sold out. How much will it cost for me, the colleague, to get on the guest list and go backstage to tell this artist, who I fucking know, thank you for the opportunity? The assistant writes back, well, that person's time is priceless, so it will cost $60 worth of merchandise for you plus one to be put on the guest list. These people sell guest list spots. It will also cost another $50 worth of merchandise for you to get into the green room to tell that person thank you for the opportunity. $110 worth of product. I said, okay, let's see where this goes. That doesn't include the 2 free ones that they get every time. So a whole bunch of hurry up and wait. I get there with a friend. I don't want to go by myself. Text the assistant when you get there. Yeah. Well, for some reason, these chicks think you're supposed to feel special if you're on the guest list. Yeah, I've been on the guest list before. But I've never paid $60 to be on the guest list. Like, does the club know they sell guest list spots? Weird, yeah. Get there, text the assistant. There's a whole bunch of hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. I'm very busy. Okay, I have your order. I will walk you to the merch table and we'll drop off the order. And then I will walk you, this is what the assistant says, and then I will walk you to the green room. Okay. Get to the merch table. Drop off the order. Now follow me to the green room. Walking with a clipboard and everything. The clipboard is its own entity. Okay. Girl, you know I've been in the green room more than you have, right? I didn't say that. I just said, let's see what these girls are doing. Get to the green room. Well, if you know First Avenue, before the green room, there's this like kind of little area where an employee was sitting on, a First Avenue employee that he did not know, was sitting on a stool, kind of preventing people from running into the green room. The assistant, wait here. I have to get your wristbands. Like, I know her. I know her. I knew her before this merch collaboration. I knew her before she changed her name. I know her real name. I know her. I used to work next to her at the Renaissance Festival before she became this. Everybody playing school, everybody believing the hype, everybody sucking everybody's ego dicks. What is going on? Wait here. I have to get your wristbands. Okay. The First Avenue employee sitting on the stool looks at me. This dude clearly was an empath. And clearly these chicks were being buffoony around him too, because he said, I'm sorry this is happening to you. He was acknowledging how buffoony these, all I can say is that I really felt like I was playing school. We're playing school. That's the principal, I'm the teacher, and you're the dunce. So he said, I'm really sorry this is happening to you. I said, that's okay, man, you're just doing your job. And we just stood there. And then, hurry up and wait, I'm back. 2 wristbands under the clipboard. Put your wristbands on. Oh, okay. Now take 3 steps forward. Tell this person I'm doing a really good job. That's what they said. I walk into the green room and I say, hey musician, your assistant's doing a really good job. To where I had the worst VIP experience I've ever had in my life. Musician looked terrified, freaked out. I tried to change up the energy. I said, let's hear for all the money we made. I explained to this musician that I took all that money that I made and I bought horse lessons for my daughter who has some social needs. So thank you for the opportunity. And then the artist said, well, no, this was all you. It was just all you. Truthfully, yeah, it was all me. Yeah. And you guys ripped me the fuck off. So at that time, I said, yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. I'm going to leave. We took a couple pictures, stayed 5 minutes in there. After paying $110 worth of product. We leave. Now, when we went to the merch table, I noticed they raised the price of the merch from $20 to $25. Ladies, 50% of $25 is $12.50. Not $10 that you've consistently paid me because you didn't tell me you raised the price. These bitches are ripping me off $2.50 per necklace. Willingly and knowingly. On the way out, I said to the assistant, "Hey, assistant, now if you know First Avenue, you know how much room there is between the green room and the stage?" I said, "It's a pretty full house right now. Is there any chance my friend and I can stand somewhere over here?" No. No, no. We have 6 kids coming through here, and we have to keep the whole thing clear. Go upstairs, Molly. Oh. Okay. That was it. That was my worst VIP experience I've ever had. Got totally ripped off, got to play school, got to be the dunce, got to deal with buffoonery, got ripped off again, had to tell somebody how good somebody was. Yeah. So Spirit said, these chicks are no longer taking advantage of the autistic girl because they have become shameless. I did go upstairs. I went upstairs and there was kind of like the roped off area with some tables and chairs. I said to my friend, "Sit down here, there's an empty table. Somebody comes, we got wristbands, if somebody comes, we'll leave." We sat and watched the show, which was a big yawn, a lot of power posing, harps and shit. Not what people remember this person to be. Took the break. Some kids came out, did a jump rope routine. It was adorable, fantastic, best part of the show. After that was done, half the club left. My friend said, "Can we go? I gotta work in the morning." There was a lot of ego dick sucking happening that night. So we left, like half the club did. Lots of power posing. That's how far these mean girls take it. And then, fast forward. "Hi!" Assistant again contacting me. "I realized I'm going on tour." "Oh, you're going on tour, assistant?" "I'm going on tour, and I only have a few units left. No rush, but we need another 100 necklaces by the end of the month." Yeah, 100 necklaces make you the same profit as 100 t-shirts, except they take up this much space. Spirit said, "Don't respond back." Because I'm just, according to these people, local artist. Do you think these chicks bothered to even learn about my resume? Big fat no. I sat down with the artist in between this time and said, "I'm really broke. I'm doing a new beginning. Does your collective want to work with the High Priestess?" And that person rolled their eyes at me when I told them I was psychic. Said no. Cock-blocked their best team member when I said, do you know who your teammate works with? No, I can't remember. Oh, even though you can? If the Twin Cities knew how not darling these mean girls were, everything would just collapse. So fast forward again. We need another 100 necklaces. Spirit says, don't reply back. Instead, hey, boo-boo. Boo-boo. Instead, reply back in the Starseed transmissions of today's comments. And that was way back when. And the Starseed transmissions came through. It said, listen up, she don't want to John Henry out your name anymore, only to get ripped off $2.50 per unit. You stuck up mean girls who can't stop teasing her. She declines the offer. Do you think those chicks pay attention to what I do? Do you think they can follow all the directions? And not just watch, they can actually read the Starseed transmissions. No, nope, no they can't. They can watch because when I talked about Tom Waits, this particular artist had to blab out on their social media. They don't care for Tom Waits. Oh, okay. Well, you just unzipped. You don't resonate with the white light of the high priest. I did my Jeremiah was a bullfrog reading. Here they are. All of a sudden, Jeremiah was a bullfrog, singing into their social media. Making it real clear they'll help anyone but me. But I can be slave girl. Rather rip me off, $2.50 per product. Local artist. Yeah, this local artist has been invited by the Walker Art Center 5 times to show there during their Minnesota Made events. Was contacted by Minneapolis Institute of Art years ago to sell my items during Art in Bloom. This isn't me applying. This is these major museums contacting me. To which at that time, I was out of town for Art in Bloom. And they wanted my stuff so bad that I delivered all my stuff and they had a docent set up my booth, sell all my stuff, and then I came back and picked it all up after I came back from out of town. Yale Center for British Art, Harvard Museum of Natural History. They've all worked with me, they're gift shops. Yeah, but I'm just local artist to these Heathers. Worthy of ripping off $2.50 and $110 worth of product to get the lamest VIP ever with your colleague who made you thousands and thousands of dollars. Zero respect. So I responded back in the Starseed transmissions, all without the whole message. She don't want to John Henry your name out, plus you get 2 free ones every time. Each order is 500 strikes of the hammer. That is, if everyone is perfect. Of course everyone isn't perfect. That's why you get 2 free ones every time. They're handmade. Yeah, well, you also get 2 free ones because one of the times you got to order, you counted and you were missing one, but you were drunk when you were counting them, and you found it under your couch after you got it free again. Yeah, I don't drink. Some chicks ripping me off so they can send their kid to pedophile school, the school I went to. Week later. Hi! It's me again, assistant again. No rush, but we really need those other 100 necklaces by the end of the month. Spirit says, Molly, don't reply back to that person or their clipboard. Reply back in the Starseed transmissions again. So that day I did again. And I replied back in the transmissions. Now, when I'm talking about the transmissions, if you haven't been paying attention, all of my readings are interactive. What you're watching is only the first part of it. The whole second part is in the comment section on YouTube where this video originated. And those are the Starseed transmissions. Messages, if you are a Starseed, if you're highly intelligent, you may resonate with these messages. If you're some stuck-up twats, you may not. So that day, Starseed transmissions again, all on the whole thing. Listen up, like she said before. She's done being taken advantage of by you guys. She declines the offer. Yeah, then what happened? Nothing, no more. They got a new jeweler they work with now. Yeah, good luck to that person. Shameless. Anything for the career. The Spirit always shows me it's a red toenailed foot that's climbing on, it's a pile of naked, it's very Nazi-ish, naked people. And at the top is career. And a red foot just steps on a baby's face just to get to the top. Anything for the career. Don't you know who I am? Yeah, a whole bunch of people are going to finally follow fucking directions. Simple directions. Think about that. A whole bunch of people are going to finally follow simple directions, and then respect is going to be where respect is due. This whole time, they couldn't follow simple directions. Imagine that. So that was the end of my merge collaboration with that person. Completely shameless. No, the stuck-up Heathers just got busted big time. Somebody might get a DUI. Yeah, that's a big wake-up call. This is my card for the Wheel of Fortune. All right, well, there's what happened with the worst VIP experience I've ever been part of. And the only time I've ever paid to go into the green room at First Avenue. I've never heard of people selling guest list spots. Very greedy. Especially to their colleagues who made them thousands of dollars. I used to work with the dude who runs First Avenue. Back in the day, we all worked at this kind of iconic record store called Down in the Valley. Do those chicks have any idea who I am and who I know and who I... No, of course they don't. They don't bother learning. Yeah. So that's why I parted ways with the stuck-up Heathers and their stuck-up lunch table.